guys, welcome to another WoW Weekly with Myst. And this week we're doing something a little different. I just wanted to kind of sit and chat with you guys. And yeah, so this is my guy's transmog. Remember last week I was like, maybe next week I'll have a male character for you. Well, I went and leveled this guy in Remix, so this is my human male warrior. I've always been against the human characters. Out of my 20 years of playing, I've never made a human character. The closest I ever got was the Worgen, who's like half human, half wolf. Yeah. So yeah, I figured, okay, I told them I'd maybe bring a male transmog into the mix. And Remix was still going on, so yeah, leveled him nice and quickly. And yeah, so I did finish all my Remix stuff. And yeah, finished the bones up, got the shoulders, got the heirlooms, bought some transmogs. I'd already had the mounts, the toys, the pets, all the achievements. So yeah, we are good. So yay on that one. The pre-patch event is done. I bought everything I cared to buy there. We're basically ready, but I still feel not ready because let's be honest, I took Dragonflight a little more casually, actually a lot more casually than I have ever the other expansions. For those that might be a little newer to the channel, I was a hardcore player, and I don't mean hardcore as in, you die, it's the end. I mean like hardcore end game player, doing raids, doing M+, all that. M+ started in Legion, so can't really say from vanilla to, whenever. But from vanilla to BFA, I was always raiding, doing M+, dailies, collecting, everything, PvP. And then BFA showed up. And it was kind of like, you remember someone could be, away for a year, come into the game, do a world quest, get a piece of raiding gear and current level. Yeah. And I got mad at that. I was so pissed. And so that was kind of like when I started kind of getting wanting to be more casual. I'm like, well, fuck, if those people are gonna be able to just get free gear, then what am I even working for here? That was kind of my train of thought. And then Shadowlands, they started more or less just giving away mounts that you worked hard for. And so that was my next stage of, well, what the fuck am I doing over here trying hard for mounts if they're just gonna hand them out, right? Plus, Shadowlands was so overwhelming too. So yeah, between that and then also, between the overwhelming with the Covenant stuff, yeah, I went so hard on Shadowlands. It definitely is not one of my favorite expansions, but there was so much to do. I did not have time to step back, really. Yeah. So as you guys know, you guys saw the streams and the videos, Shadowlands is probably, I would say, I'm almost willing to bet that if I go to my channel and look at the Shadowlands folder, because I make a playlist of all my videos to keep them all kind of organized on the channel, I bet you that Shadowlands folder is probably the most out of any other expansion folder. Yeah, I feel like I did a lot of guides in Shadowlands, and I was playing a lot, and yeah, Shadowlands was just very overwhelming. And then Dragonflight, they made Dragonflight to be casual, and I took that seriously. Yeah, I was like, okay. By then I was kind of like a little upset with the way they were rolling things out. And I know Dragonflight is a loved expansion by many. And cool if you do love it. For me, I don't love it or hate it. It just really was the expansion where I was like, okay, for example, I had stopped focusing M plus seasons in Dragonflight, and I'd always done the M plus seasons before for, KSM and stuff. And once I had missed that first initial KSM mount from Dragonflight, like the first season, that was kind of the start of me not caring about FOMO, right? Because I already knew I missed something. And yeah, I will say if you are like I was, where you have to get absolutely everything, just miss a season of something. And that will totally it does something with your head, and all of a sudden you won't care if you miss other things, right? And I get it. You want everything, but it was nice. It was nice. And because of that, I was able to allow other games into the mix. You guys saw a lot of other games on the channel. And for me, I really enjoyed that. I know for a lot of you guys, you just want WoW. I was that player for a long time where the only game I played was WoW. But I had a lot of fun this past expansion playing other games with WoW. WoW is always my baby, always my main game. But I liked being able to divide my time, and I was never able to do that before. So yeah, my plans today, because I don't think I told you yet that this is not a news video. I think I just went straight into ramble mode. But if you're still here, this is not a news video this week. I'm just gonna chat to you guys about some stuff. I thought for starters, maybe you're wondering, am I hyped for the expansion? And the answer is yes and no. I am always hyped to play any expansion, whether I'm very excited or not excited about the content. Just because I like progressing my druid. And I got this guy now, and I would like to make him tank, have a little prot warrior happening. I am going to stand him up so he doesn't AFKO this game, though. And I have my other characters, but for the most part, I just main the druid. And I love doing content for you guys, so I'm looking forward to doing, some guides for you guys in the War Within, more news videos like we always do, and some streams. I would actually like to do more streams this time around. I'm hoping maybe sometime in 2025 I can get some help with the channel, aka an editor. So if you are listening and you are one, definitely, leave a comment. And I'm not looking to hire one right now, but I will be looking to hire one in a few months. And yeah, a lot of people probably think I don't like editing. I actually love editing. The problem is I want to do so much, I'm a person that likes to stay busy, and I do more content than anyone I know. Even top-end YouTubers and streamers, no, they don't. They are either streaming or they're YouTubing. If they're doing both, they got a team behind them editing their videos. No one out there is doing the content I'm doing. Absolutely no one. And the reason is because you'd have to be a fucking crazy person to be streaming practically every day, recording every day, editing pretty much every day, editing constantly to get it all out there. You know, I'm basically trying to cover everything, you know, and like as far as WoW goes, with the other games, I just kind of do what I can when I can. But with WoW, I'm just trying to like cover everything because I kind of feel like I know I'm not like the only WoW YouTuber out there, but I feel like a lot left, right? A lot gave up on YouTube and are only streaming. So I feel like it is my responsibility to be giving you guides because there's not a whole lot out there that bother with guides, you know? And yeah. So I've just kind of put that responsibility on myself, I guess. And yeah, I do so much that you know, it would be so much easier if I could just get an editor to help and they could maybe, you know, edit out some of my streams, you know, and then I could just do it all in stream, you know, just do all the WoW stuff in stream. They can make guides out of my stream content and yeah, and then I wouldn't feel like I'm working so hard because the reality is, you know, I go to work, I come home, I've been doing a lot of fitness because, you know, for those that don't know, I'm in my 40s. I know I look younger than that, but yeah, I'm in my 40s. I lucked out so big with the fact that I got away with like living life the way I live life for so long. I've seen that people, you know, notice they need to change their life around when they're like 30, and it didn't hit me till like 40s. I have a very good metabolism. I have excellent health. And yeah, I haven't been to a doctor in like over 20 years because I haven't really needed to. And, you know, I am doing dental visits now though because I put that off for a long time. And, you know, I don't take any medications. And yeah, so I've honestly just ironically done a really good job of keeping myself healthy and out of the hospital and, you know, and all that. And your metabolism starts slowing down at 30 and I'm in my mid 40s and I feel like why push the luck, right? Yeah, I definitely feel like we've been lucky enough that I'm not like all those 30-year-olds out there that are complaining about backaches or health issues or any of that. We should just get a little more fit while we still are healthy. You know, I'd rather not totally have a more serious reason to do it, you know, so that's what I've been doing. And so I do quite a bit actually. Yeah, I'm very serious about it. You know, I know fully that I live in a chair a lot of the time. You know, my job used to be warehouse. I stopped doing that. And now I'm like a sit down job, right? And then I come home and I sit down again to record content or stream. And then after that's done, I'm sitting to edit. And yeah, so like I'm just sitting way too much. And they say that you should not be sitting more than like 8 hours a day. So I've been throwing fitness in, and this has been like, you know, ongoing for a while. This isn't new at all. You know, I would say this is a year of, you know, me doing this. And I do quite a bit. Like I work out 6 days a week, and they consist of, I kind of split them up. Because basically what I do is I go to work, I come home, I do my 1 hour workout, and then I get ready to like stream or YouTube or whatever, right? And then after I'm done that, when I end, I go for a 1-hour walk. And then I come back, do whatever I need to do, go to bed, get ready for the next day. And that's kind of like my routine that I've been doing, like Monday to Saturday. Yeah, I take Sundays off. And yeah, so it's been like, I've pretty much had every hour of my day planned. It's been really tough. And so I think my fitness routine is kind of the main reason that I want to get an editor for the channel, because due to the fact that I've now put this activity that requires 2 hours of effort from me every day, that's 2 hours that I'm not editing or recording or streaming, right? So more so editing. It's 2 hours I'm not editing. So it puts me behind, but I have to do it, like I want to be a healthy gamer, I want to be able to do all the things I want to do, but I also don't want to just drop of a heart attack one day because all I do is sit around. I always joke, make fun of the fact that I never leave the house and that I'm worse than anyone when it comes to that shit. And I do mean anyone. But I've been changing that around. And yeah, so yeah. The reason I mentioned that, aside from the fact that it is the reason for the editor, is that that's kind of my plans for this next expansion, The War Within. I don't want to, like, you know how you have those expansions where you just go ham and you're just like crazy hype in the beginning, right? And you just don't want to do anything else other than play the game. I refuse to do that. Yeah. So we're going to play a normal, healthy amount. Yeah, because I don't want to just be giving up on what I've been working hard with, and I've noticed a difference in myself while I've been getting my fitness back on check, and I've been fixing my dental. I don't want to just be like, okay, I'm done doing dental visits, because honestly, I put that on hold for so many years. We need to finish the dental, and yeah, so that's my plan. And my bad if that sounds a little rambly, but I never get to really just chat to you guys as a normal person, like this channel is such a guides and news and instructional. Like that's what I call it to my friends. When my friends ask what kind of channel I run, I pretty much say I run an instructional channel, like a teaching channel. That's pretty much what I tell them, because really all my videos are like that, right? They're all how to get a mount, how to get a pet, what the news is this week. Like it's all information based. And yeah, so it's, I don't really get to sit down and chat, and I like chatting. That's why I like streaming, right? I like to just have a conversation every so often. And I thought this was a great week to do it because there really wasn't any news. There was a couple of pieces, but nothing major. So I thought it was a great time to tell you how I'm feeling about the new expansion, what my plans are for the channel. You might have noticed that I've been prepping a bit, aside from in-game, of course, but I changed our banner. I tend to change the YouTube banner every 2 years. I don't know if I'm gonna change it again, though, because I made it more generic this time. A lot of the time I make it expansion related, and it usually has the logo of the expansion on, so that's why we change it every 2 years, is to get the logo off. But This time it was a little more generic. It just has my druid on there with me and my cats and yeah, so and I really like it. I hope you guys like it too. And yeah, I might work on some new emotes for the stream. And you know, for those that don't know, there's also members, you know, that's kind of like it's a paid thing. It would be like subbing to Twitch, and there's perks there. I'm thinking of swapping a couple of those perks for the War Within. The ones I'm thinking of swapping are for tier 2 and tier 4. Tier 2 has the gaming with me. It was very much reminded to me the other day that wouldn't work for an EU crowd. So I'm thinking of making it a more generic type perk. And then the tier 4 has like photos as a perk and stuff. And yeah, I've been thinking of maybe changing that up because tier 4 does pay in a decent amount for that membership. And that's pretty much all I got. Those are my plans. I am hyped. I just am playing WoW differently nowadays. You know, I used to be very much a hardcore, you know, everything, more or less. You know, when you've been playing the game for 20 years, you become a, you know, you play everything at that point, because if you only play one certain piece of content for a really long time at the hours I was putting in every day, you will run out content, ironically. I know it sounds funny to run out content in WoW, but if you're only doing one particular activity, yeah, you 100% will. Yeah, you kind of have to expand to other sections of WoW in order to keep going. And then at that point, you never run out of content. So the plan really is to do basically the same thing and, you know, our other games. And yeah, that's the plan. And more if we get the editor. The reason I'm waiting a few months is that it just needs to be at a more affordable time. That, you know, I love this channel, but it does not really bring in enough money for me to hire an editor. So hiring an editor would be out of my pocket, and yeah, that's why we wait a few months, because it would be yet another expense I put into this channel. So yeah, for anyone that remotely thinks I'm making money off this channel, it pretty much anything I make is just covering shit I already spend on this channel. So yeah. And that's it. It's getting kind of hot, so I think I'm gonna go. I hope you guys are all excited for the new expansion. And let me know in the comments what your favorite thing has been that I've done on the channel. It'll help me know what to focus more on in the next expansion. And I will still do everything I do, no matter what. But, you know, if I at least know what you guys have been liking the most, then I will make sure to you know, do more of it, or to up the quality of it, or yeah, you know, it'll just help me, okay? I'll just leave it at that. It'll just help me. I hope you guys are staying healthy too. Speaking of health, you know, definitely if you're young, make sure you keep up with it, right? I was never rough on my body, but I am a eat once a day person that ended up sitting a lot. And I guess the thing that I'm most grateful for is the fact that I ate once a day all these years. It's something that I grew up with, honestly. I was raised by a single dad who never made lunch for me. That's why I eat once a day, because then I didn't make my lunch because I was a kid. And yeah, because he'd tell me to make my own lunch, and then I'd be too lazy to make my own lunch. And so that's where the once a day eating. So it's not like some weight loss thing or anything. It's how I've been since I was 13. So from 13 to now, I have eaten once a day. And sometimes I'm grateful for that, because I have been sitting a lot between editing and streams and all that. And if I'd been eating more than one meal a day, I might actually have more problems, or some problems, you know. I never thought I'd really be that kind of person to like tell people, you know, to be careful with their health and stuff. But I will say, as an older individual now, you know, 30 is when you notice the metabolism fading away. I lucked out. I still was like never gaining weight in my 30s. Yeah. Like if you look at some of my oldest videos, like I was close to hitting 40 in like when I first started YouTube. Yeah. I was already well into my 30s when I started. So yeah. Which I always say I'm kind of grateful for, because it means that I put in all those hours in WoW without having to worry about like an audience or anything. So I really did get to enjoy a lot of WoW, because I didn't have responsibilities of like streams and YouTube videos and all that. Yeah, I started making WoW content when WoD was the expansion, and yeah, and I like that. Yeah, I do like. I don't get me wrong. I would love to share that with you guys too, but I would not have been able to enjoy WoW as much as I had, because I would have, like, I know me. There's a reason I edit all the time. It's because I feel that I need to be doing all these videos, right? And yeah, so I am grateful for that. And now I'm grateful for what we have now, like, you know, being a YouTuber and a streamer, because honestly, I still like to play WoW, and I'm just not as hyped, right? It's like a great middle point, I feel, because WoW is, I still want to play it, but I don't want to no-life it, which makes it great material to stream, because then I feel like I can just chill and do whatever, right? We'll bring him up again. So yeah. Anyway, this video is getting a little long, and since it's just a ramble video, I guess we should end it. So hopefully I gave you enough little info on what's going on with me, as far as our channel and all that. Just a quick mention before we end that this week is not Twitch drops. That's why I felt like we could do kind of a, let's call it a special edition WoW Weekly, where we're not really reporting anything. It's because there really wasn't any news, not much that, like, not enough that, you know, it was mediocre, you know. And Twitch drops don't drop this week. So yeah, I figured it was a good week to, you know, do this. And yeah. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you are looking forward to the new expansion. I will be live a lot this week. There's Gamescom this week, and then of course I'll be streaming the early access expansion. And yeah, some days might have a couple of streams in them. I don't typically double stream too often, but I wanted to make sure that I could get all the Gamescom streams in, but also WoW as well, especially with it being a new expansion. So, so the double streams will be on Thursday and Friday. Yeah, because that will be they'll be right at WoW's hype. Yeah, so so if you see me go live on Thursday and it's Gamescom, don't worry too much. There will be another stream later on that's gonna be WoW. I'll be streaming the Gamescom earlier anyway. So yeah, that's my plan, is for those final 2 days of Gamescom, I'm gonna stream at noon. And then I will go live a few hours later with WoW. On Thursday, the WoW expansion is supposed to launch at 3 p.m. Pacific. So, and I will be live right around there, or maybe like 30 minutes before. I do like experiencing the good and the bad of expansion launches. So it is the one day where you do see me before servers go up. Yeah. Any other time, I will always wait for the servers to actually be up. But I like experiencing those launches live on stream anyway. Like, no matter what, I experience them. But I like, being live for that stuff. So yeah, that's the plan there. I didn't take a week like I usually do. The reason is because my hype level's different, right? It's not the same hype as like back in the early days, where it's different for a couple of reasons. One, it's not the same level of hype, and two, it doesn't take us forever to level anymore, right? That's the major reason I would use vacation time back in the earlier expansions. I would always like bank all my holidays more or less and then take them. Well, I usually split them because like I get more than 2 weeks a year for holidays. So I would usually split them. But yeah, I'd usually use half of it for the WoW expansion and then half for Christmas. And yeah, this time around, all I did was take 2 days off. Originally, I was only going to take Friday off because, since it doesn't start till almost 4 my time, I was just going to go to work on Thursday and then leave early. But because of Gamescom, I'm like, you know what? I'll just take the day off. So, because if I hadn't, then I would have wanted to stream Gamescom when I got home, and the expansion would already probably be live. And yeah, it's like there's 2 things I want to do on that day. So that's the plan, is Gamescom I'm going to do like at noon on that day, and then I'll go live around 3 or 4 my time for WoW, and then it'll be the same thing for Friday. Yeah. And I have weekends off. So like that gives me 4 days, and I leveled in 1 day in Dragonflight. So I'm not expecting it to take long to like get my character to max level, and the season won't be out yet. And, so I think it'll be perfect. Yeah. Pretty much as long as I'm max level. Yeah. I don't feel like I really need, a bunch of days off or anything. So yeah. Anyway, I am gonna call it here since we just been blabbing. And yeah, let me know what's your hype level at? What are you looking forward to the most? For me, I think Delves is what I'm looking forward to the most. And yeah, I do have some pretty big plans for the War Within. You know, with the way that the cross guilds are now, I would like to increase our ranks in the guild, get more people in there, get more raiding happening, more M+, you know, get doing more group activities. Nothing like serious. I don't want to force people to do content, but if we can at least have the people in there and enough people wanting to do stuff, then anytime you want to do something, there should be a group in there doing it, right? That's kind of like the dream guild, right? Is that you're not forced into anything, but it's not also like people haven't left because of that, you know, because guilds are tough to grow, you know, because if nothing's happening, then people go hunt down a new guild. But then sometimes you just want to do something one certain day. But if they're not there, then you know how it is. So yeah. So that's my plan there. I'd like to do some more stuff there. I would say I'd like to do more stream community events, but it's so tough when I can't play with EU, right? And so many of you guys are from EU side, but yeah. Anyway, I'm done rambling. It's probably one of the biggest reasons why I don't do too many ramble videos, because they're tough to end them. You can just keep going on. Yeah. It's like you just keep going, and yeah. But that's it for this video. I'll be on stream tonight because I need to do some emergency catch-up is what we're calling it. I caught up in Remix, but I was looking at my quest log on my druid for Dragonflight, and I still haven't done the last campaign, which I thought I had, but I guess I kept pushing it off. Like, every time I'd be streaming, I'd be like, oh, I want to record that. I'll do it later. You know, and then we just never got to it. So that's what I'm going to do tonight in stream. I want to do the campaign quest. I want to finish my transmog quest. And then those are really the only two things that I need to finish. But there are other random things that I can do, you know, like it's not like there's nothing else I can do in Dragonflight. Those are just the two major things that I want done before the expansion launches. So yeah. And that's it for this video. So hopefully you didn't mind too much that it wasn't news. I just wanted to kind of do a quick thoughts video. Have a good one, guys, and we'll catch you either in stream or in next week's news video. Bye, guys.